I'm live outside of Deer Park Elementary School, where in just a bit, students and parents will be lining up for the very first day of classes. I'll tell you why this year is going to be even more special for some Deer Park students in just a bit.
Today officially marks the first day of school for a lot of kids around the inland Northwest. We're out in Cheney bringing you the latest forecast and what you can expect as you head out the door, because after all, on the start of meteorological fall, it's a bit chilly out here early this morning.
More evacuations ordered in parts of Nevada as fire crews work to contain the Caldor fire. This morning, how crews plan to fight fire with fire. Two local Paralympian athletes are racing for gold right now in Tokyo. This morning, we joined their parents as they watch from right here in Spokane.
Up with KREM begins now with Tim Pham, Channing Curtis, and Jeremy Legoo.
Well, hey, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on Up with KREM on this Wednesday. I'm Tim Pham, and today, just such an exciting day. We are saying welcome back to school to students across the inland Northwest, and we want this to be the best first day ever. So we want to give a big shout out to Medical Lake and Riverside School District families starting today, as well as Deer Park School District and Cheney Public Schools, which is where Up with KREM's Channing Curtis and Jeremy Legoo are this morning. Channing is at Deer Park Elementary School with the latest on how the school district is supporting students this year. And Jeremy Legoo at Snowden Elementary in Cheney with your back to school forecast. But we do want to begin our team coverage with Channing on what Deer Park families can expect for this upcoming school year. Good morning, Channing.
Hey, good morning, Tim. Good morning, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us on Up with KREM. Like Tim said, I am outside of Deer Park Elementary School, where the sun is just starting to come up, and pretty soon we'll start seeing lines of parents and students gearing up for their very first day of class. Now, it's such an exciting time, especially the first day of school. You know, you get to pick out your outfit, you're getting your backpack together, all those great school supplies. But one thing that Deer Park made sure that they want to do this year is to provide some of their students with free school supplies. Now, this past year has really been a struggle for so many families, and the people at Deer Park are acknowledging that by giving these free school supplies to their students in kindergarten all the way through 8th grade. And it's something that Assistant Superintendent Alexa Allman says is just such a great benefit to their families.
So districts were provided some additional funding from using federal funds to support students and student needs. A variety of districts have opted to utilize that funding in a variety of capacities in a variety of ways. Deer Park School District, as well as some other surrounding school districts, have opted to provide the school supplies for students for the first day of school. We found that we've had really great feedback from our community and from our parents thanking us for this gesture. I think it just takes one more piece off of their to-do list before students are able to come back, before students return back to school.
So those school supplies are actually already in the students' classroom, so they're good to go for their first day. So like she said, it's just one less thing that parents have to worry about, especially with everybody having such a hard year this past year. So like I said, it's such an exciting time. Looking forward to seeing all the smiling and excited faces of the students and the parents here in just a little bit. And coming up in our 7 o'clock hour, I'll actually be speaking live with the assistant superintendent about some of the things that they're doing for this first day of school, and of course ways that they're going to be keeping their students and staff members safe this school year. So live from Deer Park, I'm Channing Curtis. I'll send things back to you in the studio.
Oh, you can just already feel the excitement. Even though no one's there yet, you just know it's going to be a great day. So this morning, we want you to share your best day ever with us, your back to school photos. You can text them to us right now, 509-448-2000. You can send a previous school photo like I did here, or you can maybe share one, with your best first day outfit. We love sharing your photos and interacting with you on this show. Just text it to us to the number you see on your screen, 509-448-2000, and we'll be sharing them all week long as part of our special back to school coverage right here on Up with KREM. Well, this morning our team coverage continues with Jeremy Legoo. He's live in Cheney at Snowden Elementary, where students will be back in the classroom very soon. And Jeremy, you're saying that folks in Cheney, you might want to wear a jacket or maybe two today?
Yeah, 2, 3, 4, put them on. No, I'm kidding. It is a little chilly out here though. No doubt about that. Just checked. Get this. So Fairchild Air Force Base, not too far away. You can see it right over yonder. 39 degrees right now. Down at Turnbull National Wildlife Refuge, 31 degrees. So we're somewhere in the middle of that. I think we're about 35 here in Cheney. You head into Spokane, downtown sits at about 46. If you work your way over toward Feltz Field, you're at about 43 degrees. So it's chilly just about everywhere, and that is really how we start the day. So let's get you out the door with what to expect on this chilly Wednesday morning. It's officially the start of meteorological fall, by the way, so happy meteorological fall to everybody out there. Right now, temps not sitting too bad in Spokane. Across the region, we do have some chilly spots, but believe it or not, I tend to pick the warm ones on this here graphic. Basically, Sandpoint kind of tells the story of other places. So if you're in Deer Park, you're in the mid-30s. If you're in Newport, you're in the mid-30s. It's really once you get away from some of those city centers where we have those cooler temps. Frost advisories in place for those cooler temps. All these areas shaded in blue, that's where you have your temps cold enough to create frost. We don't have much moisture in the atmosphere, but if we did, that frost would be much more widespread. So just know some of those vegetables might need to come off the vines and need to be picked a little bit later. Radar, not a cloud in the sky. You can see it's just kind of clear. That allowed for radiative cooling. The reason, no wind and clear skies overhead, that opens the door for that cooling. When it comes to air quality, well, this pattern favors moderate to good air quality. That's where we sit this morning, and likely where we're going to sit throughout the day today. And when it comes to the forecast, how about this one for you? Now, this is for Spokane. But keep in mind, if you're in places like Deer Park, Cheney, some of those other locations out there, Medical Lake, you're cold as well. So your temperatures are down in the 30s this morning, kids. Bundle up as you head out the door, but dress in layers, because by this afternoon, we're up near 70 degrees. So you're gonna go to school freezing. You're gonna head to recess. It's gonna be in the mid 60s. And by the time you head home from school, you're gonna be in a t-shirt. It's gonna be one of those type of days. So dress accordingly. And Tim, I can't wait to see what a little Tim on his first day of school looks like. I'm excited.
You can check that out. It's on Twitter right now. It was very serious already in kindergarten. What do you know?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got to see yours, so text in your photo, Jeremy. You know the number, 509-448-2000.
Hey, watch this, watch this. Hey, Mom, I know you're watching this morning. Just shoot me the photo, and then I'll send it in to Tim, so that way we'll get all this information going.
I love it, I love it. All right, Jeremy, Professor Jeremy, we will check back in with you for another report card in a little bit. Time for your morning rush, more news in less time. Idaho Governor Brad Little says he is remobilizing the National Guard. 150 guardsmen and 200 federal workers will come to Idaho to help medical staff. A special 20-person medical response team from the Pentagon will be coming to northern Idaho. Little says he is on the verge of enacting crisis standards of care for the state. 6 children are currently in critical care due to COVID-19 at Sacred Heart. Spokane Regional Health District reporting 291 new COVID cases on Monday. The district dashboard shows 68 people under the age of 19 have been hospitalized since the beginning of the pandemic. A Seattle area organization has activated its disaster response resources to help with the aftermath of Hurricane Ida. Members of World Vision are on their way to Louisiana from Seattle. The group says its partners in Louisiana are in dire need of supplies. Teams will send water, personal protective equipment, personal hygiene kits, and other essentials. Fires are flaring up across Washington, and more of them are caused by people. The Department of Natural Resources says so far this season there have been 737 human-caused fires in Washington. Now that's up 55% from last year. The number is only expected to climb since it can take months to determine the official cause of the fire. Oftentimes it's carelessness, they say, and just 24 of those 737 fires were caused by arson. That's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media. Fire crews from the California fire are putting together a strategy to try to save that area as winds continue to push flames.